Would you like to support Cubs Out Loud? One way is to join us over on Patreon. For as little as $1 a month, patrons get early access to our shows, the pre and post show, and various other rewards. You can learn more at patreon.com/CubsOutLoud. Thanks to all our patrons for their support in making this podcast. It's Sunday, May 31st, 2026. I'm Jeff.
Who's your bear? That's right. I am your bear.
I'm Damon.
I don't brew the tea, I just serve it.
And that makes me Gary.
Everyone else is thinking it, and I just say it.
Welcome to Cubs Out Loud, the Bear Podcast of an Eternal Length, episode number 826. And guess what, folks? It's that time of the month, and actually during the month. Okay, so if you're not here for the live show, that's actually next month. But, you know, here we are. This is what you can do, okay? Just go with it. We're recording this on the last day of the month. Anyways. MTMGFI.
Must
No.
the mighty knowns fuck out inside?
No. It is slightly a play on something on a specific day this month that I changed the last few letters.
Nope. I'm lost.
Gary,
I can keep coming up with random shit, but like
may the month go fuck itself.
Oh.
I was trying to do a play off of May the 4th be with you.
Gotcha.
And this has been a work stressful month.
mm.
Especially this last week. Something went wrong. Everybody panics. And when I was supposed to be doing one thing for most of this last week, I couldn't do it because I had to keep responding to partners.
Yeah.
And it was just like, well, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to do this or this? Come on.
That's a very valid question. What would you like me to do? Would you like me to do my job? Would you like me to handle whatever
the problem is, it's all my job. All of it is my job.
Understood.
There's just a lot of job.
A lot of job.
There was a lot of job. There was more job that I could handle. I didn't have the spoons, man. I can only do so much.
A lot of job.
All of it was part of my job. All of it is within the workflow. So I can't complain about it's not my job to do this. It is actually my job to do this, and this.
But it was just so much. It was something, was it? So the question I often ask in situations like this, was this an emergency caused by something you did, or is this something that was just...
No, I didn't do anything. I didn't do jack shit.
Got it.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
It was somebody. Actually, it wasn't specifically a person or it's just something happened. Something ended up going in the whole process of things, which ended up clogging the works for a whole bunch of things, and everybody started panicking.
Mm,
And some people are like, oh, or at least this is how I feel. I'm not sure how they're actually. I'm hoping that the people who are trying to fix it are not how I'm thinking of. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, we should probably fix that.
mm.
We'll work on that. Yeah, it's not that important. We'll get that taken care of. And being the community side of things, I of course get all the. I wouldn't say it's not hate mail. It's just they're very concerned. Anyways, I had a lot of I have a lot of work, and I'm a POC for one of the more major players in the game. So I wish I could have a vacation, but I can't. Anyways, how was your month?
Well, I'll start with one thing and I'll talk about the other thing. So I'm yawning, as you saw, because this weekend was the 35th anniversary concerts for the last concert of the CMC's 35th anniversary season. And we did a concert called Loud, Proud, and Not Backing Down. We're always doing our concerts in May as sort of a pre-Pride sort of kickoff in the city. And this one was very special. One, because the chorus has been around since 1991, and we're celebrating our 35th anniversary. We had alumni from the past come in and sing a song with us, and then we had our first ever artistic director. One of our first ever artistic directors came and conducted a couple of pieces. It was a wonderful experience. It was beautiful and funny and nostalgic and historic and all of those good things, but it is could be tiring, especially now, a little older, a lot older than I was when I first started. And yeah, and we had our cast party today, and um, came home from that and didn't really didn't get a nap. So I just went, had dinner, and then jumped right on this. So here I am. Hi. But it was good. It was a really good time, and I'm really happy that it happened. I got to see a couple of people that I haven't seen in a few years, which is really nice. Yeah. Uh, then the other thing, so if you are a patron, you kind of you got the idea of this. Um, over Memorial Day weekend, um, I took part in a massage. I will call it that in general, but it's a lot more than a massage. If you have been online, there's someone by the name of Leopard Bodywork. He is a traveling masseuse, specializes in tantric massage and hedonistic massage. And he happened to be coming in town. And as we mentioned in the pre-show, he sent out a shout through Growler, and I have been following him for a while on social media. His massages are very animalistic, very personal, um, sensual, sexual, etc. And I knew he was coming to town, and I had forgotten that he was coming to town. And then the growler shout. So I say Google shout. That's not the thing. The growler shout came out, and I was like, oh. And I knew it was Memorial Day weekend. I knew I had time. So I booked with him. Not a long session, just an hour. Um, he calls it an attune session, ATTUNE, a session. and it was very wonderful, very pleasurable, very primal is a good way to put it. Johnny, who is Leopard, I did this because he's actually tall. I wasn't expecting him to be as tall as he was, and very warm and friendly, but also grounded, and we had a lengthy chat conversation over text before everything went down. He learned about things I was wanting to have done, and kind of talked about things that maybe I didn't want to have done, and went through all of that, and then got together, had the massage. We even talked for a little bit afterwards. It was, like I said, really, really great. I recommend if he is coming to your town to give it a shot. He travels, like I said, he travels a lot. And he mentioned it, like we had during our conversation. He likes this idea of like sort of traveling to different cities. It's one way to get out there in the community, as it were, and doing what he does. And then I think he lives in Chicago area, but usually when he's in Chicago, yes, he does. He may still do things, but that's usually when he gets home and recharges, because it takes a lot out of him, all of this stuff. So, yeah, had a really amazing time, and I'm glad I got to experience it. I will more than likely, if paths cross again, either I'm somewhere where he is or he comes back here, for example, I think I would give it another try. Yeah, had a really good time. And I did post a picture technically after the fact, after everything was done, on my social, on my Blue Sky. So, and I think on my X, which I don't get onto very often. But that's because, for those who don't know, X is better for those who do this kind of work. So, yeah. Yeah.
Gary?
So to bridge things together, I had my first vacation / getaway in quite a long time. This month it was busy with work and things that were going on. Plus, I knew that I was going to be gone for over a week, so I was a little stressed about trying to have some ducks in a row before I left. And while I was away on vacation, the person that David was talking about did a growler shout in the new city they were moving on to, which happened to be the city I was in. And I saw the shout and I was like, I recognize that, like that avatar, nickname, whatever. And I was like, wait a minute. And so I was telling folks that some of us are acquainted with, that I was hanging out with, I was like, oh, I'm like, I know who this is. I'm like, I follow this guy on Blue Sky. I'm like, he's very interesting. He's masseuse / massage individual. He posts these videos online. I'm like, he does a unique style I've never really seen before. And so while I'm talking with these two other people about the massage individual, one of them says, oh, David just got a massage from them. And I was like, what? And I was like, what are you talking about? And they're like, they just posted it. And I was like, no. And they were like, yeah. And they turned their phone and showed me the picture. And I was like, wow, what a weird coincidence. And Dozer says, yeah, really weird, because it just posted. And I was like, ha ha ha. And he's like, no, look at the timestamp. Literally within maybe 5 to 10 minutes of it posting is right when we were having the conversation because of the growler shout out. And because I had sent them the link to their Blue Sky profile on Blue Sky. Like all of that happened literally in like the same moment.
Wow. That's so fun.
So that's why in pre-show I was gonna say something, but I didn't know if you were gonna talk about it in the show or not. But yeah, like I was like, hey, not only do I know that person, but now I know somebody who really knows that person because
Yes. Yes.
so we'll talk more later on about how that experience was and stuff. But yeah, I was just really surprised. So part of my getaway from my vacation was I went to Anthro, if you recall. Oh, this is horrible because I don't have it at the ready. We had a episode recently. Let me see
Featuring
where
the
that
guy
one.
behind you.
Yes. Where
Hold on.
is that? The 802.
802.
Yeah. October of last year was Furries 101. And so Shudder, aka Cupcake, aka Chester, was here and on the show. You're pointing.
I'm surprised you didn't like put your hand up and go, Shutter.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Right there.
Nice.
Yeah, so anyways, I went to Columbus for Memorial Weekend, which is when they typically have the event. And I went for the full weekend. I've actually gone, this is my third year. The first year I showed up as a surprise and showed up and was only there on the closing day on Sunday. Last year I went and I was there Friday night into Saturday morning, but I had to work. And so I like kind of did another like sort of one day thing. And then this year I did the whole weekend. I did not stay at the host hotel. Shutter knows this. It was funny because I didn't say anything. He should have known I was probably going to show up because I have been. And I was in the lobby. I had already checked in or registered, and was just hanging out because I'm a people watcher. And that's the thing I like to do. And this is a very interesting event to be at, to see the people that are arriving. And I was there early on Thursday, like pre-arrival, because the event doesn't really start till Friday. Anyways, they were doing some setup and they happened to see me. And it was just really comical because it was like, oh, hi. While they're busy setting up. And I was like, hey, so, we hug and talk a little bit and stuff. But
nice.
Yeah, the interesting thing was to be able to go for the weekend, but in one of the first things they said to me was like, are you staying here at the hotel? And I was like, no. I was like staying at a different hotel. Because my entire 4-night stay at a different hotel that was about 10 minutes away was equivalent to a night and a half at the host hotel, because it is at a convention center. It is downtown in the capital city of the state of Ohio. It is hella expensive.
Yep.
And understandably, this event, like probably at least bear events, maybe leather events, people share rooms to save on cost. So I can completely understand why like 4 people would share a hotel room for a couple of nights, because they're trying to, save money. And I told him I was like, no, I'm staying at a different hotel. I told him where I was staying, and he's like, that's kind of far away. And I was like, no, it's not. It's like a 12-minute drive. It's not far at all. Like, but then again, I don't live there.
Right.
And I've grown up, like when I was young, to go visit family was to go to the other side of town. It was like a half-hour drive. So like, and my father was a truck driver. We took long summer vacations on the road. So like driving is nothing really. Like it's just time spent, getting from A to B basically. So the idea of the people there being like, oh, that's a while away. And I was like, no, not. Like it's directly pretty much due south of downtown. And it's mostly highway. So it was like zip, 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 zip. Like, not a big deal.
Yeah. I know when we did an event, the chorus did an event in Columbus, like a year or so ago, and we stayed in Grove City, because we were like,
that's where I stayed.
Yeah, like 10-15 minutes away. It's straight up the interstate.
Yeah, really. I mean, you just kind of jump onto 70 and or 315. Like, I mean, you just kind of zip around. It doesn't take very much. So technically I went to my first fur convention in its entirety.
attendee.
Yes. And I have to look it up now because they had a record year in terms of registrations and turnout, which was kind of expected. They had a record year last year. I'm looking for if they have it posted. Maybe not. They did have some information up. There it is. So this year saw a 53% growth. And they had 3,902 registrant attendees.
Wow.
Yeah. They also raised over $18,000 for their charity, Wags for Kids, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, it was pretty cool to be at an event that is apparently the 15th largest in the world now. And notably, there are some FurCons that are much bigger, and they are probably not going to catch up to them anytime soon. And I don't think that's their plan either. Also, notably, I'm going to give a shout out to their amazing staff and team, which was honestly understaffed for the size of the event that they had. I think they did a really good job putting on the con. It was split over 2 different hotels in downtown. In the midst of the con, they switched their main space because of the size. I can think they kind of had a contingency plan. I haven't had a chance to really talk to Shutter to get some of the inside understanding of how some of that went down. But yeah, they had a really, really amazing event. So that was the beginning of my vacation, led into Memorial Day, and then I took off the whole rest of the week. So I actually haven't been to work in a week and a half. Which is nice, but I used this week as intentional time. I've had a storage unit for a long number of years since my mom had passed that had her stuff in it, and then last year Dad had passed and I put his stuff into it, and it's just a money pit. Like I'm just spending money every single month to have things stored, and I don't need to do that. I need to go through the thing. So I actually took time this past week and brought several carloads of stuff back to my place, went through them, made several trips to thrift store, donation stuff, like went through a whole bunch of things. I've got over about half of it done. I'm trying to get it done by the deadline of the renewal because they don't want to pay another goddamn month of like storage like stuff. So today kind of was a snafu because I went there and it was 15 minutes before closing, and I did not know that they shut the building down. I actually am paying for a space that's climate controlled interior because it had furniture and like collectibles and personal items,
right,
like things of value. So I didn't have an exterior, thing where I had to worry too much about like, bugs or things.
Right.
So I showed up, and whoever the manager on duty was decided to like close the building before the hour that it was supposed to be closed. So I was pretty peeved about that. Because I was going to take empty boxes in, and then I have some furniture of Mom's that's been in there that I want to take out and take pictures of and post online and be like, I'm just going to sell it for dirt cheap. I don't give a shit anymore. Like, it's not important that I retain it or have it. I've also realized she's been gone long enough now that like none of the things that were possessions have currency. And by that I mean like there's only very personal items, mostly photographs and certain keepsakes that have any value, and everything outside of that I could care less about. Obviously I haven't in a number of years, so it was interesting to kind of unpack the past in a way. Like in one of the boxes I found my grandmother's journals that I didn't realize that my mother got from her at some point. So like that's a keepsake thing that I want to like take time and read through. There's stuff from like when my mother was like in high school, pictures of her, nursing school photo, graduation. Like, there's just been a lot of stuff. There's been like, childhood things as well. So I was very intentional. I was like being very principled about like, this is keep, this is trash, this is donate. End of story. Like, trying to make it as simple as possible. So yeah, so that's a little bit of what I'm going to be doing this month is finishing up. Dad's is a little more complicated. Like, hers is mostly done. The furniture, hopefully I can sell in the next couple of weeks. And then a lot of his stuff is like, my dad was an antiquer, and like, so there's like collectible.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't think it has much value, like the stuff that he had remaining. So I'm going to end up going through a lot of that stuff. I still have a good friend of his as a contact that doesn't live too far away. They're probably about 45 minutes away. And once I kind of sort all his stuff, I'm going to get a hold of this guy and be like, hey, if I am following you correctly on social media, you appear to have a space in an antique mall that's kind of consignment selling. I would be willing to give you all of the stuff that was my father's. Do with it what you will. Just give me a cut of whatever the hell you get out of it.
Or something. Yeah, hand me some money or something. Yeah,
right.
Yeah. We Jim and his family had a similar situation when his mother passed away. Just dealing with but they had like a whole condo of stuff, and it was a lot. I remember us taking a bunch of stuff. We were just talking about it yesterday, with his family. So, yeah.
No, it's cathartic, that whole process to go through and see things, but also realize, like, I don't know, my mother. So amongst her stuff I didn't even know, like, I have been now gifted, weirdly, a brand new air fryer. It was brand new in the box in the storage. I didn't even remember that she had gotten it or that she had it.
Wow.
So I just used it today for the first time because, like, I took it out of the box and read the instructions and, blah, blah, blah. And it's apartment size, it's a little one. It's not this big gargantuan thing. And I actually bought one probably 6 years ago. And I was like, this thing's a piece of shit. Who the fuck needs these things? And then I returned it. I know it's like everyone has to have one. But I also understand the convenience factor of it because it's a different version of a toaster oven, basically.
It's a mini convection oven.
Yeah.
Which is not a toaster oven.
Correct. But the point is that it toasts things, not just heats them like a microwave does.
Right.
Right. So like the egg rolls I had for dinner were actually crunchy, not hot.
Oh.
So, but yeah, so it was good to go through a lot of things and like kind of like have a better mental space about that type of stuff. So yeah, unpacking the past has been a bit of a thing. And then the upside is I realized I have enough room in the basement. I think I talked about this like last fall. I had a huge clean out. I paid a company to come and like take a bunch of stuff away. So I have some space where I know I can put some of the stuff that's remaining that's mom's that I want to keep and dad's. And like I'll have more time through the latter half of this year to like go through because I know I still have stuff of theirs that need to be donated and given away. It's just in my basement.
Right.
So yeah, I haven't worked in a week and a half. I've sort of tried to read up on email just to have a pulse or an idea as to what the hell's going on, but I don't quite know what I'm walking into tomorrow. So
fun. So fun.
Yeah.
Happy
I haven't
Pride.
taken I haven't taken this much time off since probably when I went to World Bear and I got COVID. I should probably explain to people, World Bear didn't give me COVID. I got COVID on the way to Florida.
We had an entire episode right back then. Was that 20, 21, 22?
22 sounds right.
24. Wait, wrong.
No.
22. 22. Sorry. I got dates in my head messed up. Don't mind me. It was the year that Zio and Zach and James stepped down,
Yes.
they won in 21 because 2020 was the year it got canceled because everything got canceled because of fucking COVID. Then
Yeah.
21 they had it, and right when they had it, like they were like literally the week of things shifted because of COVID, and we had to like a mask mandate in the hotel. And then 2022 is when they went to Florida, and that's when things were better. And then Gary got COVID on the way.
And David and I did a on the road show 6 feet apart from each other with a wall in between.
Yes.
It was so strange. So strange. So anyways, yeah, it's
4
been a
years
whole thing.
ago. Wow.
I know. Crazy. Crazy.
In the meantime, let's talk about some feedback. Gary, what's been going on over in the Facebooks?
We want to thank the following person, this individual, for following us on Facebook. God bless you, because not many people are on there as much these days. Johnny DeBendra, who I think is based in London, from what I saw, is following us on Facebook. So
And I think more people are on Facebook than you might think. Not to say it was in the back in the heyday, but
right.
I think there's a lot more people. Like my current D&D games Discord posting stuff from Facebook all the time, and I'm like, okay, I'm not bothering trying to pull that up. Anyways, over on the Blue Skies, someone by the user ID of Chai Bear 20 is following us. I wonder. Oh, I believe people know him a little bit better by Danny Cliff Boyd.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe he found out about that time I was swooning over him. I don't know.
Or the time that Dave talked about that he met him. Anyways.
That was the same show. That was the same show. It was literally the same show. All of a sudden, Damon went on this like 5-minute tangent.
Yes.
And I'm like, where did this come from? Anyways. Moving on, Gary, how about our lovely, lovely patrons?
Yeah, we want to thank our patrons for their support yet again this month. Some Big Bear Cub hugs go out to Cubsters, Charles W. and Michael K., Ubears, David T., Lee, and Michael Q., and our buddies Lloyd G., Michael V., and Owen R.
Yay! I just realized we have 3 Michaels. Hi, Michaels.
One in each tier.
One in each tier.
Hey, listen, if you're going to have a Michael, why not have 3? And why not have 3 of them at every level? Or one at every level to make a total of 3.
Anyways,
continue.
We won't get more into the.
I saw those wheels turning. I'm just going to say this: being in the middle of a trio of Michaels is not necessarily a bad thing.
No, it is not.
Out to the universe.
Depending on the Michael, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway.
Yeah, you would have one on the top, the bottom, and the side. It would be a
bear and a cub.
It would be like the hot dog bun of. Or the submarine hoagie or a hoagie sandwich. You know? Covers the top, bottom, side. Anyways, moving on. How about our shows this past month?
So obviously we did the What's Going On for the month of April. And then episode that was 823. And then 824 was It's Gotta Be Not but Yeah.
Just,
because it's May.
There was only 2 M's.
Hmm.
And it's also known as, is it national? International? I can't remember which.
I think it was international.
I think it's International Masturbation Month. So we talked about the self-easing aspects of celebrating.
And I celebrated.
And it's the last day of the month. So if this is live for you, have you celebrated?
At least 20 times in this 31 days.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Because today, if you've only done 20 times, was it 20? It was 21, right? Yeah,
I think it was
you
21,
got today.
Yeah.
I celebrated every day.
Good for you. We should probably. Oh, didn't we have a poll? We did have a poll.
Did we? I forgot.
Yeah, we did have a poll
Yeah, we did.
in our chat.
On our chat. Yeah. Okay. So the results are in. It was, do you ejaculate 21 or more times per month with a masturbator or other? And we got 11 replies. I will admit I was one of them. And we got 3 people said yes, 6 said no, and 2 says I used to, but not anymore. And no one said I haven't consented to such personal info. So, apparently, everyone consented to revealing this personal info.
I mean,
I'm surprised that 55% of the respondents said no.
Like I said, 21 is a lot. Like jacking off or otherwise. Like that's a lot. I get it twice a day. If you're a twice a dayer, like, more power to you. I still
You don't
say
have to do it 20, there's 31 days this month. That's at least 10 days off. That's over a week.
my hand would get tired.
You don't have to do it all at once. And it doesn't mean that, as we said, for the question, it's just ejaculate. So you don't necessarily need just your own hand. It could be somebody else's. It could be some other part. It could be a toy. Many ways to get yourself off. Do you get off at least 20 to 21 times in a month? Whether it's masturbation or otherwise. That's it. It's possible. Perfectly possible.
I didn't say it was possible. I just said it's a lot.
It is realistic.
I mean, to be fair, if you were trying to work towards the goal of 21 and you weren't keeping up, then yeah, as the days count down, then it could be daunting to try to, get to the number if that's the issue.
I'm sitting here thinking about it, and I'm like,
every other day, maybe, and especially if you have a special someone with you, you could help each other out.
That is a very fair statement.
True.
Anyways, that was 24. What about 25?
And then because it is our nation's 250th, we did a Let's Talk About Food, and this time the theme was Americana. So it was classic American cuisine food items. Which some people may have partaked in this particular month because it was Memorial Day holiday and there may have been a picnic or so. So folks may have, enjoyed some of those items. I will say this, when I was in Columbus, I'll give them a shout out. If you are downtown and you have an opportunity to go to Tasty Dog, that's DAWG. They do all sorts of different, and you can do your, choose your own or build your own, kind of hot dog. They have a vegetarian option. They've got a whole bunch of different stuff. They had a special one made for the con Tofu's crab ragoon dog. They do some pretty interesting, crazy ones. I got the specialty of the month, which was their elote dog.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was very tasty.
I had hot dogs yesterday. Well, they weren't hot dogs. They were jalapeno cheddar smoked sausages, just Johnsonville ones that in the package. They're almost like regular hot dogs in some sense.
Yeah,
but better. And I actually, because of night of more of a snack dinner of Ritz pepperoni, sliced pepperoni, and cracker cut cheddar cheese. I had some leftover pepperoni, so I decided to, in my bun, put some slices of the pepperoni, put on the cheese that I like having cheese with my hot dog, and then mustard and ketchup. It was delicious. I tried to jazz up my hot dog.
Sorry, I have several thoughts, and I'm not going to say any of them out loud. Anyway.
You're very welcome to. It's perfectly junk food, so.
No, I was just thinking. I was like, did you try like singing scat to it?
Oh my God! Shush.
You said you jazzed up your hot dog.
Sorry.
Maybe if I should have said I zhuzhed up my hot dog.
I got the joke and it pissed me off.
I didn't.
I live with a dad, a daddy bear. It puns and this kind of shit. Oh, it happens a lot. Anyway, let's move on.
Fine.
Nothing but blue skies from now on.
No, Damon, you disguised it, but I'm pretty sure that got you because you weren't quite expecting it. The timing.
Uh-huh.
I'm
looking at the sky.
You first did the head bow as if, oh my God, I can't believe this is it. And then you were like, oh my God, I can't show this. So you started acting it out to pretend that it didn't get you. Anyways, Damon, what do you got for us? I got nothing. I actually don't blue sky very often at all. So
I have two. My first is I called so hefty mostly because of it's one of the comments that was made. This is by @Osrotic, I'm gonna say, but looks like he's in his garage or maybe in a lower, like a basement room or something like that. I think it's a garage, but I see it in the corner. But random selfie, I guess, in a mirror.
There's too much rug in there.
Yeah,
to be.
I think it may be a converted garage, or something.
If it's oh, I see what you mean. The rail at the top.
Yeah, there's a rail at the top, which I think is a garage, but I think it's converted. And they may not open the door because, like, he's obviously taking a picture. I'm assuming in a mirror of some kind. But no. But just random selfie. Took the pants down, dropped the drawers, and there we go.
A safety selfie.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Very, very, very nice. Big belly.
Nice beard.
Nice
Short
beard.
hair. Tattoos.
Yeah. Bushy. Nice. Penis. As I said in yeah. Very nice. So there's that one. And then, in honor of, I should have picked another one, more appropriate one, but in honor of May being that thing we do in May, otherwise known as IML, I have a from the Domasan, who does a lot of sparring and rope work, called Recharging, and it's a sexy bear in a very compromising situation.
I would appreciate with this. I mean, it's great the way it is. For the tagging, I think it would have been kind of funny if there was some sort of like TENS unit involvement.
Yeah, sometimes sometimes Domasan does a lot of the there's some play work, but it's mostly like rope bondage and photography for the sake of it. And they use a lot of different models, different size models as well. So
those balls are really being stretched.
yes, they are. It's a good picture. It's a good shot.
Those legs must be tired.
Mm-hmm.
Gary?
Sorry.
Were you distracted?
Kind of. So I titled it Night Worker Bonus. The actual caption is letting the night worker at the truck shower watch me through the cracked door. So for those of you that have voyeuristic tendencies, this may be your jam. And so Ryan OTR Gay Trucker, as an over the road gay trucker, posted this a couple weeks ago. And so he puts on a little show while he's showering. It's very nice. That's all I'm going to say about that.
I follow him. Is this who I think it is? Checking backwards, looking. Yeah, I think it is. I randomly found him a little while back. He does a lot of self pleasure type videos. And I actually almost, it's so funny, Gary. I almost shared one of his videos for this month's Blue Sky. I almost did, and I was like, no.
Yeah. He becomes the epitome a little bit of the fantasy of those that like have fantasies about truckers and hooking up with them. Yeah. To say the least. So
Gary can't see, but I'm raising my hand.
Yeah. So there you go.
Very nice.
Nice. Moving on to the links. My link is to a show that you can find on HBO Max, Discovery Plus, or if you've got HGTV. It is a show called Hometown that I've been sunk into. Aaron and Ben Napier of Laurel, Mississippi, do renovations for people. And there is a 6'6" highlight in the show. And I'm jealous of the other one.
The other one?
Yes. Because it's Aaron and Ben Napier. One is 6'6", and I'm jealous of the other one.
Oh, got it now. Yeah. Yeah.
There's 10 seasons of it, but
yeah. You want to know what's crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready for this?
Sure.
You ready to feel old?
Hmm.
He's 42.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I figured something like that. Mm-hmm.
So they're
I don't
married?
care. Yes.
Yes, they're married.
They're married with
Yeah.
kids.
Okay. Well, I was going to presume that, but
They
then I
could
was
be
like, well,
brother
maybe
and
they're
sister,
brother
yeah,
and
but
sister
no.
because they
Is
have the
it
same last name.
his brother
A family thing.
his younger brother Jesse is cute too. He's got a great beard.
Yeah. I've
He
known
he basically ticks all my boxes.
I mean, I can always appreciate a man that's good with his tools. So
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
He
God,
does
Gary, you don't
he does
stop.
work wood really well.
hey, listen, there is a promotional image on their website for season 8. It's sort of inappropriate.
Which website? Sorry, I just looked up Ben Napier.
Let me put this in the show chat.
I wasn't even. I was just because there's a picture of there's a picture of Ben Napier that's very nice.
Oh,
Oh, I see what you mean.
let me zoom in.
I'm like, wow, okay, let's just put that on display.
Look,
I mean,
this is a great promotional picture. I think this is an amazing promotional picture. But if it wasn't people of our proclivity, I don't think anybody would notice it. I wouldn't have thought anything of it.
I'm pretty sure men notice bulges in other men, whether they're straight, gay,
yeah,
poly, bi, whatever.
Yes,
Right.
but we are also ones who specifically look for it.
No, I was not looking for that. I just simply visited the website and was scrolling and was like, oh my goodness gracious. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for taking that picture and putting it up on our
wasn't
public
expecting
website.
It's very interesting.
Bell, the photographer, to put junk right on the
slap it in there, just bulging out for everyone to see. Just bleh.
Brett, if you're a sister, we thank you very much.
Wow.
Because you probably knew what you were doing and didn't tell anybody. Anyways, nice.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, I've been obsessed with that show for reasons.
And that reason is
I'm glad that my cable my apartment comes with a cable and internet, and part of that gives me a free access to HBO Max, even though it's the tier with the ads. I don't care. It's fine. And I've been starting at season 1. Kind of also playing in the background if I'm playing games.
I mean, to be fair, one of the first in this realm of quote unquote entertainment was the daddy Bob Vila. So
that's true.
I mean, there's a legacy of hot men that do home renovation. So
nice.
Yeah. I will admit, I follow somebody on YouTube, and the reason I started following him is because I was like, wow, he's cute. Notably married, has 4 kids, runs a business. He's very successful. Seems like a really nice guy. I'm just
because they're straight and married doesn't mean we can't drool over them. There's nothing wrong with this.
Right, and I think that's part of the thing is you find people attractive, and I'm not going to show up at their business, and be inappropriate or anything. I'm just going to be like, that's nice.
Of course not.
When we want to get service from them, we would go and probably try to avoid stumbling over because they look so hot. Anyways, moving on. Gary.
So Amazon Prime worked with Sony and has released a series. It's 8 episodes called Spider Noir, which has Nicolas Cage in it. And it comes in 2 versions. There is a black and white version, and there's also a colorized version. Each episode is about 45 plus minutes long. So they did a dump of all the episodes at once, which I kind of didn't appreciate because that much content to like binge is a lot. It's a good show. It has a little body horror type stuff in it. It has a good sense of humor. I honestly really enjoyed it. I recommend that people check it out. I did watch it only in black and white. The colorized version is colorized in the style of the era. So it takes place in the 1930s.
Like Technicolor or whatever.
Kind of. So like everything's like really saturated. So like the reds, the yellows, the blues are really like kind of intense, like not obnoxiously, but like for that era. What I find interesting is like if you watch the black and white version, and then some people have been talking about like they're going back and watching the color version, like it's identical. Like they shot it, but they did it very specifically a certain way in color to get the black and white aesthetic style correct, so that when you're watching it in black and white, you see like the highs and the lows and the contrast really, really well. So it's very fun. If you like Nicolas Cage or are familiar with his style of acting, it is a bit quirky. Some people who are not familiar with him might find it a little off-putting, but if you just kind of relax, I don't want to say lean into it, but if you relax and just enjoy it as entertainment, it is amusing and funny. It also has no connection that we know of to any other multiverse existence. Even the fact that Nicolas Cage voices Spider Noir in the like animated films that have come out recently as an existence. So,
yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty interesting. There's some discussion online about whether or not there will be a second season, because this season is kind of a one and done and like, you know, kind of ties up stuff. But it's actually pretty good. It's not I wanted to say surprising, but I think people are so reluctant in this age because we have so much superhero saturation of like, what could they really do? Plus it's time specific. So it's taking place in a previous era of US history. You know, it kind of deals a little bit with prohibition at the time. It's pretty fun. I personally liked it. So if people are interested in it, go check it out. If you have Amazon, you know, Prime already, it doesn't take much, you know, to be able to watch it, and you can watch it in chunks. Like you don't have to necessarily watch the whole thing and binge it over like a weekend, or a whole day, because it will take about 7 hours or something if you do them all back to back. I do think it's good to like kind of break it up. I ended up breaking up in like 4 and 4, which was good. And yeah, like the plot's pretty good. I don't want to give anything away. Like there's a backstory. How they got their powers is interesting. It's a different telling. And there's some classic comic book characters in it, but they're different takes on them. So some of the villains are a little different. You know, I've talked about it before. I've never really been like a comic book person, so I don't know a lot of that lore and that history, but those that do appreciated like kind of the take that they did on it. So yeah, I think folks would enjoy it if they checked it out.
I've always loved the Elseworlds and what ifs from comics, even if they're like one-off stories. So this sounds like it's fun. Might have to switch over some of my viewing habits and check it out. Because of course I have Amazon Prime. How do you think I get free 2-day shipping?
Well, and that's just it. Like, I think, like, for me, it's good intentional watching or viewing. So I'm like, this is perfect, like, for a weekend, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights. Turn the lights off, have some popcorn. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
and kind of detach and veg out a little bit and be entertained by it. It's surprising a little bit to me. I don't want to give anything away, but there are some things that happen, and I was like, oh, okay, we're gonna do that. Interesting. Like, and because it's Amazon Prime, it's not cable.
Yeah.
So they don't have certain limitations there. Also, I will say this: if you know that Nicolas Cage portrayed this character in the style of noir films from the 30s, his character will make way more sense. If you've never seen a film from that era and you don't know what like the noir detective style is, you might find it strange or weird or but if you kind of know that stuff, then it is that the that it's
Is there a lot of monologue, like a voiceover monologue?
no.
She walked into the room.
Yeah, no, it doesn't do that, and I can't think of the classic Philip Marlowe
opportunity.
No, I mean there's I think there's a little bit, but they really put you in the heart of the action. But there's definitively a femme fatale character. There's the bad boss villain. Then there's the monster villains.
And I think some other modern noir
U.S. history aspect of things. I don't want to give too much away, but yeah.
Right.
Like if you're having trouble figuring out what noir is like, you might think of something that's a little more modern, but still kind of in that style. Mainly because the comic book that it was based off was in that style, which is Sin City.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
That's very noir-esque. And it is great to just, it has this, like, I like seeing serious takes on noir, but because of some of the tropes of noir, the noir style, it is easily parodied. And if Nicolas Cage is in it, he's taking it absolutely seriously, and it's going to be hilarious.
Well, that's
and
the thing.
That's why it's so funny.
But that's just it. Like if you understand his seriousness intensity.
I love Gone in 60 Seconds.
Right.
I liked the National Treasure movies.
Well,
I thought he was great as Ghost Rider.
This is one of the weirdest things is like, if you know kind of some of his like previous stuff, there are a lot of moments where you're thinking like, man, just any minute now he could say something that's a callback to a previous piece of work he's done, and he doesn't do it, not to my knowledge, but it is funny for sure how he handles some things, and he really hams it up for the plot in very specific moments. Like, I nearly peed myself laughing more than once because I was like, this scene is so fucking stupid. And I don't mean stupid like I hate it. Stupid as in like, I can't believe they're making this choice because it's so kind of unbelievable. But again, you're suspending belief because it's a 1930s noir thing. So like, it kind of leans a little heavily into a couple of things that happen. And once you like let go of the reality of like that could never happen kind of thing, and you realize like it is, fantasy fiction, whatever you want to call it. Like, there is some interesting aspect to it. Anyways.
Yeah. I like Nicolas Cage for his camp. And he can still be decent when it comes to things like, what was that? Wicker Man? The bees. Like that was it. Anyways, he's great from a certain point of view. Anyway, I think that's it. Any other comments on Spider Noir before we go?
Nope.
All right. Ways to contact us. Please like, comment, and subscribe everywhere we are. You can comment on our blog at comesoutloud.com. Shoot us an email at comesoutloud@gmail.com. Leave us a voicemail 361-COL Talk. That's 361-265-8255. Follow us on Blue Sky, Facebook, and Twitter, Tumblr, and YouTube at Comes Out Loud, the appropriate place to URL. You can join our entourage chat on Telegram at bit.ly/telegram-COL. You can also find out when we're planning on recording these shows once we know ourselves at bit.ly/calendar-COL. We have various merchandise, such as a logo shirt, a made-to-be licked, paired, shared, spooned, and loved shirt, as well as various other things over at Zazzle store, zazzle.com/comesoutloud. Some of the designs were designed by Smashy. You can find more of his work at tpublic.com/user/Smashy the Bear. You can also become a patron to us at patreon.com/comesoutloud or send us a donation at paypal.me/comesoutloud. It does help subsidize our cost for server, for our website, etc. And being able to post the show for all you audio listeners. Speaking of audio, you can find us on the various podcast platforms at Apple Podcasts, Amazon, and Spotify. You can find me anywhere on the internet as Fox Cub. Also, I have a story that I'm writing and getting stuck on a certain part. Need to remember to release some more chapters over on Archive of Our Own called Match. You can also go directly to it by going to bit.ly/matchstoryAO3. Damn it.
Hi. If you wish to get in touch with me, you can find me at TheaterCub79. That's TheaterCub79 on most related sites, or here on like Discord. You can find me as PopUmbra79 on Blue Sky. That Blue Sky is not safe for work. Although the picture I most recently took and placed on there, I think, maybe, was safe for work with Mr. Leopard. For safe for work stuff, you want DMAGamer79 on Blue Sky and TikTok. Getty.
If you would like to get in touch with me, you can pretty much find me anywhere online as GareBear73.
And with that, say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Have a good one, y'all.
Bye.